Are you serious? Are you serious, guys? Get a cup of coffee, everybody. Try to calm down a little bit, but we do have a very critical situation, and that is in San Diego, California. I'm just on the phone with South Bay Mike, who lives there in San Diego. His mother lives where there's been two more fires that have started up overnight. The winds are still blowing. The ground is dry, and his mother's home is not far from the fires. And neither is his, but a lot of prayers going up right now. Let me tell you about that and what's going on there, as well as President Trump, who's in North Carolina right now, meeting with the people who were devastated by the Hurricane Helene that came through months ago. I'll put a shout out right now for BHMD1. That's BHMD1.com/Paul. BHMD1.com/Paul. We've been told our whole lives that wrinkle creams were the easiest way to look younger. But now one doctor says that's nothing but old news. According to Dr. John Lakey, the world-renowned Beverly Hills beauty expert, he said most fixes and wrinkle fixes that they say on the market is nothing but just glorified moisturizers. They hardly make a dent on your appearance, and some can even be harmful to your skin. But recently, Dr. Lakey has focused his attention away from the mainstream cosmetic practices. Why? So that he can pursue a revolutionary anti-aging breakthrough, one that some experts say could empty the wallets of the cosmetic industry. It's almost like photoshopping your face. What? Are you serious? You may even be mad when you see just how easy and how visibly easy it is to erase the wrinkles in your view in the mirror of yourself. I mean, his personal clients have dubbed his new do-it-yourself technique as the age rewinder. And because it can take years, even decades, off the appearance of your face in 2 minutes. That's insane, but it does. And here's the deal. I want you to click. He's got a video, in uninterrupted video. It's been seen almost 3 million times. You can watch it yourself. Click on the link below. Okay, just click on that link below the video, BHMD1.com/Paul. You'll be glad, folks, that you did. I guarantee it. Well, the webinar is going live at 6 p.m. Eastern tonight. You'll be able to get your ticket all day today, even into the evening. It doesn't matter. You'll be able to watch it 6 p.m. Eastern. This webinar will go live, and it's incredible. By far the most comprehensive, informative video or webinar on the subject, of course, of Trump, AI, and the cyber society. Speaking of Trump, as I said, he's in, I just watched a press conference with him. He's in North Carolina, visiting with the people there who were so devastated by these horrific floodwaters that raged through there in the mountains of North Carolina from a hurricane that hit Florida. It's just incredible that this could have happened, but it did. And so pray for these folks. Trump showed up, said, I'm going to rebuild your roads, your bridges. You need infrastructure. We're on top of it. I'm sending more funds into the area to help you. And so we appreciate the president going there. He's going to get on his plane, Air Force One, and he's going to fly across the entire country today and show up to see the devastating fires in California. Same day today. Not a bad week for a guy. He isn't taking off early and going to Mar-a-Lago. Okay. He's got to go check on the people. But now we're getting information. It's not just Los Angeles. It's not just LA County. We got 5 new fires have erupted overnight and today in Southern California ahead of U.S. President Donald Trump's visit to the state. The blaze are in Laguna, in Sepulveda, in Gibeon, in Gilman, and border number 2 flared up again yesterday afternoon, last night in the counties of Los Angeles County, San Diego County, Ventura County, and Riverside counties. Now, firefighters have made progress of bringing about 10,000 acres of the Hughes fire under control over in Los Angeles. And they've got it at about 36% containment, although that's not real great. At least they're making some progress. But the fires have devastated the United States over the last few weeks, especially in Palisades and Eaton fires, where they combined over 37,000 acres, killing 28 people and burning down 13,000 structures, homes, and businesses. This is the current state of the fires, according to the California Department of Forestry Fire Protection. Border number 2 fire in San Diego has already burned 800 acres. Evacuation orders are currently in place right now. The Laguna blaze that's in Ventura is 94 acres, and it's about 70% contained, being brought under control. That's good. The Sebelveda fire in Los Angeles has burned about 45 acres. It's 60% contained. They feel like they can contain that if they could just get some rain and the winds calm down. They say they stopped the blaze from spreading and the evacuation orders have been lifted. They got that where they want it. The Gibble fire has erupted in Riverside County. It's covered just 15 acres, but it's just now taken off. Fire crews have managed to stop that fire from progressing. They feel like they got that one under control. But there's a brush fire dubbed the Gilman Fire. It's in San Diego. It has covered several acres, and it is a blaze in process. Trump is also set to visit Los Angeles today to examine the wildfire damage. He said it has been critical of the response, of course, to these fires. He's threatening to withhold federal assistance if California fails to alter the way it manages water supplies. Trump has pointed the finger at Governor Gavin Newsom and repeatedly made claims that the state and the water issues because it diverted supplies to save a small little fish called the smelt. Now, Trump had signed an executive order back in 2018 to have a pipeline to bring water down from Washington State, from Canada, Washington State, Oregon, on into California, all the way to Southern California, to make sure the reservoirs will be full in case of a major fire because they've had so many fires. But this was not done. His executive order also included the deforestation of the forest around the area, but they never did that either. And now you have the Santa Ana winds blowing at unbelievable. It's extremely dry. There's been no rain. We have a low pressure system, and the wildfires have been raging, and people have, it's terrible what's happened. 28 are dead. 13,000 homes have been destroyed. And if you actually polled the people, he said they don't want a sanctuary city here. They want Gavin Newsom to do his job. They want these radical left politicians to do their job. Brian Rice, the president of the California Professional Firefighters, told BBC News that he hopes Trump does not deny the state federal aid. He's not going to. He's not going to deny. He's going to send even more money than Biden would have. His point is this. I'm tired of sending. We're tired of telling you what to do. And then the money even shows up and then you don't do it. So it's got to be done. You can see why. The most important focus, though, we have is getting federal aid into California, into these communities. No, the most important thing, yes, get aid to the people because their house is burned down. Absolutely. Make State Farm actually pay the people their premium. They've paid their premiums to help pay their for relief here. But then after we get this, and this is going to be an unbelievable amount of money and time, you got to deforest the forest, and you got to bring the water pipes down to Southern California. Don't ignore this. You got to fix the main root cause. And I mean, how many times do we got to say it? How many people got to lose their home? How many more fires do we got to have? How many more years of this before somebody finally does it? Now, Gavin Newsom announced the state of California needs $2.5 billion in aid package deal to deal with this fire. The Hughes fire, the third largest blaze in the state after the Palisades and Eaton fires, forced tens of thousands of people to evacuate after it broke out Wednesday. 50,000 people had evacuated. According to California Fire, crews managed to make progress, though, in containing that fast-moving blaze. Thank God. Hallelujah. And I'm proud of the hardworking first responders. But, man, they've had to deal with difficult, extremely hot, raging war fires and high winds and no water in the fire hydrants. Los Angeles is under an elevated fire risk today again because the Santa Ana winds are very brisk. And once again, the fires could return. They're already out there still burning. Rain is expected, though, over the weekend. That is the answer to prayer. We need God to put out the fires. We need God to send the rain. Now, we don't want to get so much rain that we have the massive landslides. We've seen that in the past after major fires. So it's a very delicate situation. We're praying to God to send the rain to put out the fires without destroying the mountainsides and the mudslides and all of that lumber and everything come crashing down. The rain will help the firefighters in their efforts, and their concerns, of course, will be about flooding and dislodged debris and creating mudslides. But specialist crews have been working to try and secure burned areas, while sandbagging and other flood prevention supplies have been handed out to locals so they can protect their properties. Because they know if it rains, the water's coming fast, and it could be the mud and everything else. 23 people died in 2018 when mudslides hit the California town of Montecito. And they don't want to see that happen again. So our prayers are going out to everybody in Southern California, Los Angeles, all the way to San Diego, and everywhere in between, praying that the rain will come. We're praying that the rain will come because we're living in very dangerous times. And it's just, wow, we're just praying. You got to pray. We're praying for you. The webinar starts at 6 p.m. Eastern. You've got time. Get your tickets. Go to our website at paulbegleyprophecy.com or call the phone number 765-414-2230.
I see geese flying high above the water, a child fishing with his father in the rain. I can smell blackberry brandy and chocolate-covered candy. I see a soldier crying on a train, falling asleep, reading Hemingway. And the light under the Tiffany lamp glows all night long as I dream with weary wonder, leaving Earth before the dawn. I walk the lonely streets of Paris. I was lost and so afraid, falling asleep, reading Hemingway. I feel the deepness of his weakness. I can taste the brandy sweetness at a roadside Idaho cafe. I can hear old Teddy laughing, Fitzgerald's toes a-tapping to the roaring sounds of yesterday. Falling asleep, reading Hemingway. And the light under the Tiffany lamp glows all night long.
Thank you, Amy. Appreciate
it. As I
it.
dream with weary wonder, leaving Earth before the dawn. I walk the lonely streets of Paris. I was lost and so afraid, falling asleep, reading Hemingway.
Yeah, arsonist.
and the light under the Tiffany lamp glows all night long. As I dream of weary wonder, leaving earth before the dawn, I walked the lonely streets of Paris. I was lost and so afraid, falling asleep, reading Hemingway. And a shotgun blast echoed across the page, falling asleep, reading Hemingway.
So we're really continuing to pray for the people in both areas of the country. We're continuing to pray for the folks in North Carolina from the floodwaters from Hurricane Helene that hit Florida. Also, I mean, that hurricane damaged quite a bit of folks, really hurt some people in Florida and in Georgia and in South Carolina, and then finally really devastated up in the hills of near Asheville, North Carolina. And then the wildfires that are burning still, unbelievable suffering taking place in California. And those fires continue. Thank you so much, Dubious. Yes, I'm wearing these. Yeah, I tried to get away with wearing these, and I actually got away with it in the first video I did earlier today. But the studio lights was just a little bit too much. I can adjust. I've been adjusting it, and I've opened a window, and it kind of changed the lighting in here a little bit. I got away with it in that first video, wearing these instead of the sunglasses. But now, I guess the changing of the sun, I don't know, but now these studio lights now are hurting that left eye. So apologize, I couldn't keep going there. Anyway, we'll keep going. Keep praying for us. I'll be back, guys, with more current world events and how they relate to biblical prophecy. We're getting so close now to the webinar. It starts at 6 p.m. Eastern. You can go to our website and get your ticket right now. You will be, I tell you, once you start listening, you're not going to be able to stop. And so it's going to be a binge watch for you this evening, this weekend. And it will be so amazingly eye-opening, be honest. Wow. Just be prepared. It's going to be amazing. Thank you for loving the shades, by the way. Thank you for that. Amen. All right, guys. I'll be back with more current world events and how they relate to biblical prophecy. Give your life to Jesus Christ because we're running out of time. There's no doubt about that. How many pieces of the Bible prophecy puzzle do we have to see? I mean, really, it's unbelievable. I'll be back, though, right here on the coming apocalypse. Are you saved? Don't be left behind.